Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a video I've wanted to do for a while. When I say a while, I mean a while. Is a drugstore versus high-end video, because you know you can be popping on a budget. You don't always have to use an $87 foundation. I mean, I'm gonna use an $87 foundation in this video, but on the other side I'll be using a drugstore foundation because you know sometimes you just want to save. Sometimes I'm a splurge type of chick, and sometimes I'm a penny pincher type of chick. Both times I mind my own pockets though. Let's get into the video. Okay, so this is gonna be the drugstore side. This is going to be the high-end side. For the drugstore eye primer, I'm using this Karity Preshadow Long Lasting Anti-Crease Primer, and on the other side I'm using the Fenty Amplifying Eye Primer Pro Filter, part of that line there. See, now for the eyeshadow, y'all gonna have to help me out because aren't these the same eyeshadow palette? Like, are these not literally the same exact shadow, same numbers, same color? They thought they were gonna catch us slipping by moving some of the shades around, but are these literally not the same exact palettes? This is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and this is the Prism Makeup The Ultimate Gravity Interstellar palette. I came across this when one of my subscribers messaged me and was like, is this the Born to Run palette? And I said, no, it is not, but it looks exactly like it. I'm using it in this video because this cost me $12 while this was $49. Y'all let me know how you feel about that in the comments down below. I know people have their thoughts on those type of things, you know, where it's inspiration versus straight up copying. I feel like that's low-key straight up copying. Like, it's one thing to be inspired by a palette and create a palette with the same like color story, and then there's putting the same exact shade colors, the same exact pretty much packaging. Let me know in the comments down below, because I understand both sides. On the one side, everybody can't afford a $49 palette, so you're happy to get the same thing for $12. But on the other side, when you create things, you kind of feel some type of way about other people creating the same exact thing and profiting off of that. Like, we wouldn't be okay if, you know, Beyonce came out with Crazy in Love and then someone came out with Crazy in Feelings with the same type of music video, the same type of lyrics. You know what I mean? Like, when you create something, you feel a way about people creating the same thing and profiting off of that. But everyone can't afford that. But is it everyone's fault that you can't afford that? That's just life. You can't afford everything. But should people really have to miss out on certain things because they can't afford it? So let me know in the comments how you feel about that down below. Oh wow, I didn't show you what shade I was using. I'm using this shade Hell Ride. I actually really like this palette. I've only tried like 3 Urban Decay palettes, and that's pretty much the only one that I liked there. And in the other palette, I'm gonna use the same shade, but just in the shade Spectral. And although the inside is pretty much the same, at least, you know, they switched it up on the outside, whereas the Born to Run is more worldly, you know, different cities, traveling, stuff like that. They made this more, you know, galaxy, solar system themed. You know, they switched it up somewhat, because some brands do not care whatsoever, will literally just give you the same packaging, same shades, borderline the same name. I'm trying to balance both palettes on my lap, and I'm also trying to balance them when I'm using the other one on my face. And y'all know how it is with me. I drop at least one thing in each video, so I'm trying not to drop them because they're both sharp, and if they drop, they'll fall on my foot with my luck. And we're just, you know, we're trying to have a good day. And now for the brown in the other palette called Eclipse. And then for my lid, I'm gonna use this purple shade because I gotta give y'all at least one purple look with this purple wig. I mean, science. So far, this $12 palette is holding its own. We gonna find out with the shimmers, because y'all know about shimmers and shimmer, right? Then I'm gonna just pat. Oh, this purple shade from the other palette in the shade Curve onto my eye. Alright, then for high-end primer, I'm going to use the Tatcha Silk Canvas, which most of you know is like $50-something, and I'm just going to use that in my T-zone, pretty much where I get oily. Go ahead and rub that in. You probably already knew for the drugstore side, drugstore or affordable, let's just say that. For the affordable drugstore side, this is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which is $8, I believe. And again, just in my T-zone. So for a foundation, I'll be using this Tom Ford Traceless Foundation Stick. I mean, it's Tom Ford, ain't really gotta say much else about it there. I did use this for the first time in the other video where I was color matching myself and I was still iffy about the shade match, so I'm gonna use it again today. And on the other side, I'm gonna use the Black Radiance Color Perfect Foundation Stick in the shade Cocoa Bean. I find the Tom Ford has a slight more glow to it. However, I did again use it for the first time the other day in that video, and I left it on for the rest of the day and I didn't take it off until it was time to shower that night. And I didn't put powder on my face on any of those foundations because I was just color swatching in that video. So I left it on my face for the rest of the day, no powder, no nothing. And when I went to go take it off, my face was still pretty matte. So even though it does have like, you might see a little, you know, glow-ish here on the Tom Ford side, it held up really well on my oily skin without powder. This Black Radiance, it doesn't have much of a glow to it, and it is a more mattifying foundation, but it's not like that, you know, suck the life out of your face type of mattifying. Okay, for concealer, I'm gonna use the Fenty Pro Filter in 420. Yes, in 420. And just blend that out, trying to keep it to one side of my face there. And for my drugstore side, I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. The shades are gonna be different, just letting you know that. Right now, the shades are probably gonna be different, but I feel like for the most part, these two concealers do the same and wear the same on your face. However, the L'Oreal concealer has much more of a floral scent to it that just hits you right in the face once you start putting it on. To set my under eye, I'm gonna use the, ooh, I put the drugstore, okay. Well, to set my under eye, I'm gonna do the drugstore side first. I'm gonna use the RCMA powder, which is $12. Hopefully it's still $12. When I bought it, it was $12. If it's gone up, I'm pretty sure it hadn't gone up to like, you know, $20. But I'm gonna use that on the affordable side. And then for the high-end side, I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier in translucent to set my under eye. Okay, so this next part was tricky because I can't find contours, period. And I realized the contours I did have are drugstore, so I'm gonna use this, the Prime Beauty bronzer to contour, and then the Black Radiance contour on the other side. You know, just a little bit, because she is just a little dark there. So we're just going to build and see if we need to go any darker, and I'm gonna bronze as well. So, and then this Black Radiance on drugstore side. You know, it's like my hands don't know how to act when I finally find products that are dark enough for me to use on my skin tone. So I'm gonna use this blush from Makeup Forever on the high-end side, and brush that on, and then use this Karity blush on the drugstore side. I forgot to film it, but for my high-end side, I used the Laura Mercier Translucent Medium Deep to set my entire face, and on the affordable side, I used the Milani Make It Last Translucent Medium to Deep. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. It says it on, nope, it doesn't say it on here. So I didn't have a drugstore and high-end brown to line my lips, so I just used Triple Fudge Brownie, and on one side, I'm gonna use, on the high-end side, I'm gonna use the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. I might be exposing myself here, but I didn't realize that it actually had a name. I thought Universal was the shade name until they came out with other gloss bombs, and I was like, oh, that's the name, Fenty Glow, okay. On the other side, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. and Alissa Ashley gloss in, what is the name of this shade? In Nude Rose. I saw a lot of people saying that these are dupes for each other. They're not in shade color, like you can see the two different slightly off shades, but they're pretty much dupes and everything else as far as wear and consistency. Oh wow, just realized I did not fill my brows in. Okay, so I'm gonna use Benefit Precisely My Brow on the high-end side, and then the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil on the other side. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go put on my wig. Should I separate the curls? Yeah, I just separate the curls, so it's looking real Orphan Annie-ish right now. So that is it for my face. I didn't have a drugstore lash that looked like a high-end lash, so I just went with mascara. For the high-end side, I used the Milk Kush mascara, and for the drugstore side, I used Covergirl, again, the Exhibitionist mascara, and that is it for my face. I'll have the tally of how much each side of my face cost there, but I can guarantee you this was significantly less than the other side, and I feel like my face does not look like I use completely different products on both sides. So there you have it. You are more than capable of creating an affordable look after seeing a high-end look. You just gotta find the same or similar products there. And yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm gonna stare at my wig a couple more minutes there because I'm feeling her. We named her Justine. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I know I threw out some suggestions in the wig video, but you know, I ran an actual poll on Twitter and we decided her name is Justine. So I'm gonna look at Justine for a couple more minutes, you know, take a thumbnail picture, and then we are pretty much done with this high-end versus drugstore video. So make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.